Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Barry, the boater. Mike, the mariner, rounding out the crew. And we have some special guests on the World of Boating crew that are going to help us out today. That are real boaters like myself, because the last week I was dubbed an official sailor down through the Caribbean and made the best of it with a Virgin voyage. Flew into San Juan and cruised for an entire week, had a blast, and it was just amazing. And I was officially dubbed a sailor the entire time. And Mike the mariner asked me right before we went on the air, says, "Was there a mast on the ship?" I don't know. I was too hammered. I didn't have time to focus on little minor details like that. But all I know is I was a sailor on the seven seas. The weather was unbelievable, and it was good to be me. But I'm back on dry land, and we'll try to navigate the latest boating news and information as best we can with some special guests we'll get to in just a bit. But before we bring them on, we got to go to Captain Rusty, who's up in Jacksonville at the Jacksonville Boat Show today, live on the show floor. Rusty, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Can you hear me all right?
Yes. Yeah. And even though, you're on dry land, you're around boats. So in my book, that makes you a boater today, right?
That's absolutely right.
Yes.
I am a boater today. I'm a boater most days, but
right.
today I'm doing good. But hey, I had a story I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
I'm beside this Chris Craft, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm down here talking, and there's a guy up on the boat.
Right.
And he looks down and he gets off the boat. He runs around and looks at me and he goes, "You're Rusty Gardner."
What?
I go, "I am." He goes, "I recognized your voice. I listen to you on the World of Boating sometimes."
Oh my gosh. There is one. We found one finally after all these years.
I gave him a free drink ticket, and I thought, wow, this is nice.
And then he said, "You owe him like $50 or something," or he said, "I've been looking for you."
He goes, "Where's Greg? Where's Greg?"
Yeah.
So no,
okay.
but he did say, "Tell everybody hello." But
all right, well, that's nice.
A listener, so yeah, it was nice.
Well, there you go. You've been recognized or finally found out. But you're at the Jacksonville boat show this weekend. I am. We got some video coming from Captain Rusty's cell phone because he's literally on site. I assume. I mean, is it busier than last year, or is it hard to tell? I mean, I can't tell from the video I'm watching.
It's a lot busier than last year.
Yeah.
So
okay.
We had. I know yesterday they were up 60% at the door.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
A lot of numbers. I've been watching here at Jacksonville Marine. They've been selling a good many boats. They've been writing a lot of deals.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people did yesterday. Friday's usually the slower day, but right now, 2:00 on a Saturday, this is the busier time.
I love it. What do you think there, Barry? That's where you should be.
I think it's great, and I'm wondering, do you think the weather had anything to do with people wanting to come indoors where it's warmer?
Maybe.
I think the weather had a lot to do with it because it's pretty outside. It's not raining, so people can get out, but it is cold. Like I said, this morning I woke up 27 degrees, and I think people are looking for something to do because it's been cold here for like 5 days.
Yes. I mean, I know people up north are going 27. What's the big deal? It's like, no, we don't have a temperature up here. Exactly. But in Florida, this is like, the big freeze, the polar vortex has grabbed us by the you-know-what down here in Florida.
If you watch the news, you saw that Jacksonville had a chance of snow flurries.
Yeah.
And they closed school. So
I didn't know that. They closed the school yesterday? Really?
What's
wow.
the problem with that? I don't understand.
How about that? They got a snow day with the potential of snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything
for the whole week. Shut it down. If there's snow on Thursday, Monday. You got to prepare for it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so people are hanging out at the Jacksonville Boat Show to kind of take their minds off the cold temps outside. And so have you sold a few boats already for your business there, or can you say yet?
So we've sold a few.
Yeah.
I know we sell a lot more boats than we used to. We sell Tidewater.
Yeah.
We sell Everglades. We've added those to the lineup. So we've actually done really good today. No complaints. We have 2 Chris Crafts in the booth. Haven't sold one yet, but had some interest.
Right.
But most people just don't come buy a Chris Craft. They've looked at them
Like it.
before they got here.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you-
And then
Go
they
and buy
come
a
there to, maybe finalize a deal or whatever, and then take delivery next week or something.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
absolutely.
Then, so other than you, are there any other boating celebrities on site, like Twiggy the water skiing squirrel or anything like that, or what?
So I did see the lizard, the Geico lizard walking through.
What? Wait. There's a guy named Lizard,
Wait.
or is that one of the
Geico.
lizard people we've heard
Wait.
that are aliens in disguise? Or,
Wait, there was an actual iguana walking around there in this cold. They usually fall from the trees at this time.
Well, it's trying to stay warm like all the rest of them, Barry.
Yeah.
Exactly, he's indoors. He's doing good.
Okay. All right. So they got a lizard there at the boat show. I guess that could be considered a draw. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we don't have the squirrels or anything like that in Jacksonville. They do have some other items. For example, they have the fishing clinics that some
Yeah.
of them do. They give away free life jackets for the children.
Right.
So
Oh, okay.
they'll
Nice.
have all those kind of little draws for the kids.
All right. Well,
Commercial, advertising has been good.
good. Well, yeah, I can see he's panning his video around. It looks like it is a lot, more busy than I thought it was initially there. So that looks good. Well, Rusty, I'll let you get back to it because I know you got business to take care of. But we appreciate the live report, and go get recognized by somebody else that you owe
being a
money.
celebrity is tough. It's
Yeah.
tough.
Okay. All right. That, or you just got to square your debts up. I gotcha. All right, Rusty, take care there, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, Captain Rusty, Jacksonville Marine there at the Jacksonville Boat Show. It's always good to catch up with him. So, like I said, we do have some special guests here on the World of Boating today. They are friends of Mike the Mariner, or, well, I don't know if they're friends or they probably consider you an acquaintance. Is that right,
well,
Mike, or what?
Well, I have not met Carly yet, but
Okay.
I know Evan from work. We were in the same industry
Right.
and worked together for a while, and then I came back and we're kind of working together again. But
Yeah.
we talked about the adventure they're planning, and I thought it was an amazing opportunity to bring them in and talk about some really special stuff they're going to experience over the next year.
I like it.
They're embarking on an adventure that is pretty rare for kids their age, and I just think it's really pretty awesome.
Well,
So
we
with that-
got Carly and Evan, and they're
Yes.
known on YouTube, on their YouTube channel as the flying what? What is it?
navigating measles.
Navigating
Not-
Nitzels.
The navigating Nitzels. Okay.
Yep.
Why?
I don't know. It was navigating, which means obviously they're navigating the waters as boaters,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. You guys are living on a boat, is that right, Evan?
Yep.
That is correct. We are here. This is our home.
Yep.
Nice.
We've been living on the boat now for about a month.
Yep.
Which is
Full time.
Full
What,
time.
what kind of boat is it, Carly?
We have a 1985 36-foot Marine Trader Europa, the Europa style, and we
Nice.
love it. We have 2 cabins. We have 1 head, but it's not a wet head, which I love. We actually have a separate shower space, which
Yeah.
is great.
Right.
So yeah, we're here on the boat and we're loving it. Although this last week has been cold, and here in Stuart, Florida, it's been very rainy and cold. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so
Yep.
that's where you guys are right now, Stuart. A little further south than Captain Rusty in Jacksonville, but still a little nipply down there
Yes.
still today. What is the temp you guys have down there, Evan? What do you think?
This
today?
morning we got up and it was, I want to say, 51 degrees.
50. Okay, that's not too bad, but still, that's way too cold for boating, if you ask me. But we'll find out more with the Navigating Nitzels next on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the world of boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I used to have a boat.
You did?
Yeah, she was pretty damn sweet, man. I love that boat.
So why'd you lose it?
Sometimes the things we love aren't long for this world, Bird. Especially when your alcoholic ex-wife gets drunk and falls overboard and drowns.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, that is me, along with, Mike the Mariner, Barry the Boater, and the Navigating Nitzels. I can't think of, I know this is a bad thing to say, but I keep thinking Navigating Nitzels, like Nitzels, Pretzels, but yeah, you've never heard that before, I assume. Right, Carly?
We get schnitzel.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful. We are on the radio. Okay. Again, I don't even know if I want to repeat that now that you say that. But that's good. But it's the Navigating Nitzels on YouTube. They got a whole channel. They're documenting their boating life. They're living on a boat. And you told us what type of boat it was. A Utopia. Say it again, Carly. What was it?
A Marine Trader Europa.
Europa.
36 foot.
Yeah, so that is describe that for, I mean, obviously I know what type of boat that is, but for someone not as keen to the boating lingo and, style of boat that is, how would you describe it there, Evan?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I can describe it. So the Europa style just means we have overhangs on both sides of the boat, the gunnels and the walkway.
Yeah.
And it's not an aft cabin, so we sleep in the forward section of the boat in the bow.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which is great for the.
So this is a motorized vessel, like a slow trawler type of vehicle on the water. Yeah, Barry, what do you think? It sounds like about your size. You need to get a bigger boat.
And if you do a search on it, guess who comes up all over the internet?
Their YouTube channel.
Their
Navigating Nitzels?
Yes.
They're good at this stuff. They got this YouTubing down, it sounds like. Yeah. And you have a bunch of like self-help videos that of like things that you guys have had to do to prep your vessel to live on it. And eventually you hope to do the loop. That's the plan? right?
Yes.
Carly? Yeah.
The plan is America's Great Loop, which
Yeah.
we are setting off in about 3 weeks.
Wow. Okay.
Valentine's Day is our target day to leave.
Yeah.
But we decided that we wanted to document the entire process. It takes a lot of planning to buy a boat that can do this 6,000-mile journey, to then do a couple upgrades to it, and also just learning and becoming better boaters. So
Right.
we've been documenting the entire process so far.
How about that? So, Evan, I don't want to put you on the spot, but it sounds like you found the perfect boating woman. So you guys,
Yeah, I
what,
don't
you
know
got
how I
hitched?
got lucky there.
Yeah, and then you
Um,
said, "Hey, let's sail around the world" or something like that, and this is where it's led you to this
Yes.
this
Yeah.
point in your life.
The
Yeah.
background is pretty unique. I guess I saw the picture of the Great Loop sometime in high school, into college. I saw
Mhm.
this loop of the eastern part of the U.S. and you go all the way up to New York and through the Great Lakes, then down the river system,
Yeah.
pops you back into the Gulf, and then back around. And yeah, we met in high school, went to separate colleges. I studied mechanical engineering, and she studied marketing. So
Mhm. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he got a job down
Mhm.
in Florida.
Yeah.
And so we moved to Florida right after he graduated college, and then we were surrounded by boats and in the boating capital of the world, and we couldn't really nudge this idea that we wanted to do the Great Loop. And it's primarily known as like a retiree's journey. A lot of people do it when they retire.
Right.
But we kind of just decided we got married young, and we're not ready to have kids, and,
Yeah.
and you're not promised tomorrow. So we're also very fortunate with remote jobs and whatnot. So we said, let's try and make it happen now. So
Sweet.
that's what happened.
I love this. This is a
Yeah,
this is the ultimate. I think everybody listening right now is like, "Gosh, why didn't I find a wife like that?" Or vice versa.
It's not just that. Is that what they're doing? Is they're taking essentially a year, not a year off, but
Yeah.
they're between work and what they're doing. They could do it while they're young
Yep.
and enjoy all these things.
Not
We
old and
usually-
decrepit like you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
looking at our
Right.
bucket list and looking at the time left, and you realize I got to get my button gear. But the first thing I would ask is, are
Mhm.
you going to start and go from up north and then back around, or are you going to go south and then up north?
Okay.
yeah, that's a good question. We are going to head north first. We're going to go up the East Coast. So we'll leave Stuart, Florida, and start heading to the Carolinas.
Yeah.
That's the way most people go.
Right.
You can do it the other way, but if you go
Burn
the
a lot
other
more
way,
fuel.
you
Right.
burn a lot of fuel.
Yeah, you got to go with the
Okay,
flow.
because-
Current.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a
river
4-knot
systems.
penalty. Yeah, you have a 4-knot
Yeah.
penalty when you're going up
Right.
the Mississippi.
So
Yeah.
you
So, but
use-
Mike, I
but-
got to ask too. You met Evan when you were working
Mhm.
with him. Did you know that he
Mhm.
was doing this, or did you find
We-
out this
we-
after you guys?
No,
were working
actually,
together?
we talked about it pretty early on, and I was pretty
Yeah.
intrigued by that because
Yeah.
they are right. Most of the loopers are typically retired. Where my boat is now up in Jacksonville, we happened to meet another couple that are younger than me. Probably, I'm 56. They were probably in their late 40s, and they are doing the loop as well, and they have remote jobs.
Mhm.
So I think it's possible to do something like that and still be in your career. It's still possible, and I just think that if you have the opportunity to do it, you seize it, and that's what they're doing. And
Yeah.
I think that's just a really great thing.
It's inspirational. I do. I
Mhm.
mean, I joke. I mean, you're going to get more out of this whole experience than just a T-shirt that says, "Hey, I'm a looper." I assume, right? Right, Carly?
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just so far, we've met so many amazing people throughout this entire process. The Great Loop has an association, the America's Great Loop Cruisers Association, and we went to a conference that they had to kind of learn more and to help in the boat buying process. And everybody was so welcoming. So already, like it's already been a life-changing thing, and people are so supportive.
Yeah, and Barry's not a looper, but he's kind of loopy, and you get to meet
Aren't we all?
colorful characters like him. I mean, what do you think, Barry? Are you inspired by this couple or what?
Oh no, I've always wanted to do something like that, but something always seems to get in the way, especially as your family gets bigger and bigger. So let them enjoy it. But now I'm so interested in how you're going to do this. I mean, you're going to stay in the intracoastal, you're going to stay on the inland side, or you're going to just kind of hug the coast? Because I keep thinking about winter's not over yet. And when those cold fronts come down, the seas get rough. So
well, you're going to take your time, I assume. Is that right, Evan? What do you think?
Yeah, we're going to plan for, 12 to 15 months. And Barry, to answer your question on, the weather and heading that way, we're going to stay in the ICW as much as we can, which is why we bought the boat we did. When it comes to draft and our clearance for bridges and being able to kind of sneak underneath them.
Right.
We don't plan on having to go into the ocean for that reason. And
that's where the mechanical engineering of him comes in, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Because you've been thinking it through. A lot of people might not think about that. They might think, I want a tall bridge here, and oh my God, every bridge has to open, or I can't sneak underneath this one.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like they're doing it right. They've joined the Loop Association there and learned from other people's experiences and mistakes, and they're doing it right. All right, more with the Navigating Nitzels next on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Pirate!
What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor at the light in the morning?
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. That's me, along with Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, and the Navigating Nitzels are joining us from YouTube today. They live on a boat. They're getting ready to do the Loop in a couple weeks, and they're just boating fanatics, it sounds like to me. And Mike the Mariner came across them a while ago when he was working with Evan, and they still remain acquaintances enough that they'll talk to each other. Is that right, Mike?
Absolutely. Yeah. And the cool thing is, that they had this idea, and he started thinking about this, and a long time ago. But
probably while he was working with you, because he was daydreaming like, God, I got to get out of this hellhole working with this guy.
I remember being on the phone with Mike one day in college, and we were talking. I was like, "Oh yeah, we're moving to Florida, and I love boating, water skiing, all this." He's like, "I'm actually taking this call from my boat," and I was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm moving to the right state."
Nice, absolutely. When you come to Florida, you're surrounded by water. Take the hint, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's boating, diving, surfing, swimming, fishing, we got it going on down here. But it sounds like, well, first off, how long have you guys been living on the boat? How long has the process been for you to get to this point where you're getting ready to do the big loop there, Carly? What do you think?
So we've officially been living on the boat for a month, but we've owned the boat for about 10 months or so. We bought her in March 2024.
Yeah.
But Evan can speak a little bit on the boat buying process, because that was much before March 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the Great Loop, there's a lot of resources out there on all the bridges you go through and the lock and dams you have to go through, and the marinas and anchorages you'll be in. So I started looking at trawlers. You could do it in a boat similar to Mike's, but trawlers, will not get up on plane, good fuel economy, comfortable living space.
Right.
So I knew I wanted a trawler, and being that it was just us two, and our price range, I figured that'd be somewhere between 34 feet and 40 feet on the high end.
Right.
We ended up with 36. And let me tell you, 34 to 36 is a big difference when it comes to space in a boat. So we started looking at boats here in Florida, and I feel like that's kind of what accelerated us to do the Great Loop at this age.
Did it take you long to find that vessel, or did you see it and you're like, oh, this is it, I know it?
Yes and no. Yeah, we saw the boat that we bought, but it was the first weekend that we had done boat shopping. So it was like the third boat we had seen, and immediately we were in love with it. But the seller wanted a quick sale. He had some family things going on that he needed a quick sale, and we had just started looking.
Right.
So we figured, our boat's out there, and if this one's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Well,
it was meant to be.
Since we're documenting it on YouTube, actually one of our listeners and subscribers reached back out to us a couple months later and said, "Hey, this boat was in your video and you didn't buy it. Was there a reason?" And we said, "No, nothing. We liked the boat. I think it would be perfect for the Great Loop." And I said, "Well, it's actually up for sale again." And they sent us the listing, and we were like, "No way. That is wild that this boat would come back to us." And turns out the boat was in better shape than the first time.
Yep. Somebody bought it and did a couple upgrades to it. A boat mechanic by trade. Yeah. He bought the boat and spent a couple months in the Keys just fixing it up. So we went and looked at it again, and it was in better shape than before. So it was meant to be.
Yeah. And so did you have to rename her or anything like that? Or?
Yeah. What's her name?
Yeah.
We did. Her name is Northern Attitude. So there's a couple reasons for that. One, living in Florida, we're originally from Iowa. So, we always want to kind of never forget our roots up north and where we come from. Then the other reason for that is the compass always faces true north. So we always want to have that northern attitude of exploration.
Look at the positive side. And
Right.
Yeah. And then there is a song by an artist named Northern Attitude that I adore. And in the song, he talks about how you don't know how your life is going to go. You could lose your kids, you could lose your wife, you could build a boat, you build a life. And so it just kind of resonates with us.
I like it. I like it a lot. So did you have to go through any kind of, process renaming the boat? There's a lot of superstition things associated with it. Did you sacrifice a chicken or anything like that? Or what?
Sacrifice a chicken.
I know.
That's only in
We stopped
Miami.
doing that years ago.
I don't remember what the latest, procedures are there, Evan. So what'd you guys do? Yeah.
When we took the old boat name and hailing port off and sanded it, repainted it, and put the new one on, we absolutely had to pop the bottle of champagne and donate some to the seas, and asked for the gods of the seas to bless our boat, make sure we don't run aground.
We did. Yep. So we did a
whole thing, a whole process, and no animals were harmed
Yeah.
in the procedure, which is good. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Only a bottle of champagne.
Well, right. And hopefully you finish that off between the two of you. What was ever left. So did you guys, have you taken the boat out a lot, out in Stewart to kind of do, some sea trial type things, or like mini loops? I don't know.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We've done several, weekends where we practiced anchoring. We have a dog as well. So we've gotten her used to the boat and getting on and off the dinghy to then do a bathroom break. So yeah, we've been up the intercoastal from Delray up to Stewart. So we've done that. That was a 10-hour day, about 60 miles. So yeah, we go about six knots. 6 knots.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Nice slow cruise. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the way it should be. You want to enjoy it. You got to look at what you're doing, not just zip by it and say, "Wait, what did we miss?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the way to do it.
You're not far from Barry the Boater, I mean, you could probably talk him into.
No, it's a long trip coming south. I'm all the way down.
You would
Fort
drive up to
Lauderdale.
them, and then and then hitch a ride.
Yeah, we can have you out here on the boat.
Absolutely.
I might be able to get you on board before they know better, Barry. You gotta work with me here.
Well, Barry, you could trailer a surprise up there and
True.
pop it in and go
Right.
visit.
Come
them.
on, Barry.
I mean,
What month is this?
It's
well,
almost
Jan-
February.
It's January.
Yeah.
What am I doing in January, February, March, and April?
Sitting on your ass
Oh,
doing
tax
nothing as always.
season.
Taxes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, he can work remotely too.
My life
though.
is over
Yeah.
for until October right now.
Yeah.
You
but-
need
Yeah.
you need artificial intelligence.
No,
Barry.
no, no. See,
He
that's
needs
why they're doing
intelligence.
it-
Just
Period.
hand it over,
Hush
hand
up.
it over, and say, "Here, calculate this stuff and send it to my
Right.
customer." And I'm going to go out on the boat.
Right.
No, they're doing it right. This is going to be an amazing trip for them. It
Actually,
really will.
but to be totally honest, I think AI, Barry, would be a big improvement. Just for the record,
Oh,
Barry.
thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
I
can you tell we
appreciate
love
that.
each other on this crew,
okay.
Carly?
Yes.
You
And
guys
Evan,
are
they're going, what the hell
Oh,
did I get
yes.
myself into here?
No.
But yeah, so are you going to pick up people along the way and join you for your little, road trip or, flotilla or what do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you got to enjoy the boating with friends and family. So we've kind of we printed out a map
Yeah.
and we stuck it on the wall of the boat, and we're kind of penciling in family members and friends that are going to come visit us. And we've been telling
Oh.
people we can tell you a time or a place, but not both.
Right.
We don't know where we'll be exactly. If we like Charleston, we might stay in Charleston a couple weeks or whatever.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so the first person to get on the list was actually Carly's grandpa.
Yes, he
Nice.
is very excited about the Erie Canal. We'll be going through the Erie Canal. And so he plans to join us for the duration of that, which will probably take us about a week to get through
Yeah.
that, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was the first one to jump on. He was very excited about it.
So he's going to hop on board your boat or just join, putz along with you with another vessel?
Yep, jump on board. Yeah, we
Okay.
we do have a second cabin,
Oh,
so
okay.
we can have guests. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. We got more with the Navigating Nitzels from YouTube next on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network. You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Come on, Williams, what are you standing around for here? Get on board.
Get on board. Don't fret. Don't try to worry.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, that is me, along with Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, and the Navigating Nitzels from YouTube. They're getting ready to do the big loop, the great loop, with their vessel called, once again, what is it called?
Northern Attitude.
Northern Attitude. So if you see it, you can wave to them, say you heard about them on the World of Boating, and then they'll speed up and try to get away. But that's fine.
They
That's
can't
what I
speed
would
up.
do if I was them.
There's not much speeding.
Boat moves at walking speed.
That's
I mean,
well,
it's like-
yeah, it's a trawler. So, you know, the
what's
odds
funny
are.
is
Yeah.
we don't have to worry about no wake zones.
Yeah.
Ah.
We just hammer down and
Well,
you just-
everybody
you
along
steady.
the waterway
It's like
will
the-
appreciate that, I'm sure.
Yeah, slow
Yeah.
speed, no wake, and I'm at full throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you had
Captain,
mentioned.
I can't give her anymore.
Yeah, you had mentioned, Carly, that you guys bought the boat a couple months ago, right? Is that what he said?
Mhm. Yeah.
And so the mechanic had it, and he did some upgrades to it. So have you had to do much to it to get it ready for the Great Loop, or what do you think there, Evan?
Yeah. So the two big things we wanted to make sure we had tied off before we embarked on the journey was electricity and water. I think with those two things, we'll be pretty comfortable, and Starlink with the Wi-Fi. But yeah, we're
Okay.
upgrading the electrical system to a lithium bank with 600 amp hours of batteries
Mhm.
and 800 watts of solar.
Right.
So between that, we shouldn't have to run the generator a whole lot. Hot water will be made with the engine when we're motoring. And as far as like actual upgrades, it's mostly just maintaining what we have. We're not gonna upgrade too much.
So the
when it
main
comes to, like,
thing has been, there's a video on installing the solar panels. So you set that
Yep.
system up with the battery bank, and
Yep.
then the water. So was it just the heat, or did you expand your capabilities by getting a bigger tank or something, or what?
Yeah, we kept the tanks. We just put new hosing in,
Okay.
and water pump. Make sure our water pump was good.
Yep.
Right.
Good pressure. And then we just keep those topped off, and it holds a lot.
We
so-
hold 200 gallons of water, so hopefully we never run out.
Well, there you go.
Right.
And then you can always stop off at a marina and top
Right.
off, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think there,
Yeah.
Mike? They're doing it right, I think, aren't they? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I wanted to talk a little bit about the boat's systems. So you have a generator. Do you have air conditioning? Do you have air conditioning on the boat?
We
No.
do
air
not
conditioning
have
on
air
board.
conditioning, but we do have a
Interesting.
diesel heater.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's probably more
Yeah.
important. You get a cruising. If you're doing 6 knots, you'll get enough of a breeze to be okay. Probably, won't they?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the whole idea of the loop is you go with the season. So you spring up the East Coast, you summer across Canada, you fall down the inland rivers, and then you
Okay,
winter
there you
in
go.
Florida.
Got
So
it.
the
I
idea
see.
is that we're always kind of staying in front of those super hot temperatures.
Right.
Yeah,
You're not going to
exactly.
need
Yeah.
AC till you get back to Florida.
Right.
So-
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and that's good. And the cool thing is, and that's why the loop is kind of configured that some people do it backwards. I don't know why you would. Because you get 4 free knots on the way downhill
Right.
from the Great
Oh,
Lakes,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yep.
So, you mentioned earlier that your hot water is generated by your engine. So you don't have a normal hot water heater.
We do have a hot water
on
heater
the boat?
that we could use if we're plugged into a
Or you
marina.
have to have the generator on. Or
Yeah.
the generator.
Yeah,
is on.
I wouldn't run it off the batteries. It just sucks a lot down. But
Right.
we
Right,
could.
but you could run it off the generator. It's
Yeah.
probably 110 volt, right? So,
Yeah.
and what engine do you have?
We have an American diesel 135 horsepower tractor engine that was
Yeah, so-
marinized by Lehman.
Yeah, so it's the Lehman inline 6-cylinder, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. So the cool thing about that is it's super simple, super durable. The other thing is when you're doing things like warming up your water and stuff like that, you have the engine up and running and idle, you're burning like a pint an hour of diesel.
We sip.
I mean,
Yeah.
almost nothing.
Mhm.
It's a very efficient power package, and
is.
and it's a very durable boat. Those are wonderful boats. The woodwork is fantastic. Just a lot of really cool things that you have going on there. So talk about how you integrated the solar panels into the power system. So you put an inverter in, right? So
Yes.
or added solar to an inverter system. Talk about that decision and how you developed it.
Yeah, I originally wanted to make sure we could power all the normal household appliances. So if we wanted to plug a coffee maker in, or if we're plugging a blender in, or an instant pot, so
We're
I
working
kind of
from the boat, so we need all of our computers.
what is the draw
Right.
take for Starlink? So you kind of do the math backwards on what size you want. And so that's how I came up with the house battery system of being 600 amp hours. And then solar, you can go as big as you want. We went with 800 because that was the real estate we had available on the boat off the back. And we have those wired in 2 series and 2 parallel. So we have, about 30 amps at all times. We could charge up our batteries, and, if it's sunny all day, we could top off the batteries just in one day by our solar. So
What about a wind generator?
Wind?
no wind generator on our boat currently. We can't get it very high since we don't have a mast.
Understood.
Yep.
But it could be something to act. You have
Yeah,
more
to supplement.
than to supplement,
Yeah.
or to you're out there on a cloudy day. You're not going to create as much power that way, but the wind may kick up enough to at least
Yep.
keep
Definitely.
it going.
Well, so you have also the generator, right?
Yeah.
So what size
Right.
what size is your generator? 6
So-
kW, 8 kW.
Yeah. Yep. No, we're 6 kW.
6. Yeah, and so and it's diesel, correct?
Correct. Yep.
So part of your planning is really going to you need to incorporate that into your plan, because generators love to be run. If they sit for a long time, the magnetic part on the generator goes bad. So you actually want to run that. And the cool thing about a diesel generator, especially one as small as a 6, that's another item that when it's running is burning almost nothing. You can you run that thing all night and you might burn 1.5 gallons
right
of diesel.
Well, you're going to be docked up every night, aren't you? Probably connected to shore power for the most time.
We will not be.
We don't plan on it.
A lot of loopers do, though. Yeah, if you're doing it on, if you're balling out, you could certainly do that.
We plan to anchor and use mooring balls, and actually along the loop route there are a lot of free docks and walls as well. City docks. A lot of the walls before the lock systems, they're free.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So you're going to try to stay off the grid and really do this like old school. Right?
Hoping to.
Yeah.
I think at least once a month we'll have to treat ourselves, go into a nice marina, hook up, and be able to,
Definitely
do that,
check out some of the local areas while you're on.
Find a
course. Again,
You're going to throw a fishing
history,
hook off the back while you're trawling and pick up some dinner, that kind of stuff. You going to do that? or no?
that's something a lot of people have brought up on the loop. I love to fish, and we have 3 fishing poles on the boat.
Yeah.
But what's unique is the U.S. doesn't have a universal fishing license.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And since we're going through so many states,
a little
if
tricky.
You almost got to pick and choose what states you want to buy a fishing license.
Right. And then, it's fishing, not catching. So if you're not really good at it.
Yeah. That's one thing is to fish.
might be on the looper diet system, or something there. We'll see. But hey, it's great stuff. The Navigating Nitzels, look them up on YouTube, subscribe to them, ring the bell, whatever you got to do, get their attention, and follow them on their adventure on the Great Loop, like we're doing here on the World of Boating. We'll cover their progress as they launch here in the middle of February. Guys, thanks for being on the big show. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
You got it. Until next week, remember, whether it is sail or motor,
Life is better
as a
boater.
Safe boating, everyone.
Come back here, you barnacle-bitten swab!
World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.